Ladies and gentlemen, it's week 9 and we have an AFC East divisional match on our hands with the 5-3 New York Jets facing off against the 6-1 Buffalo Bills. Both sides will have to look to perform better this week, and each team will have to keep pace with others around them in the standings. This will be an intriguing match, but before I get to the preview, make sure to hit that like button and to subscribe. Let's start this preview out by talking about the New York Jets offense, who struggled once again against the Patriots defense. This Jets offense is led by second-year quarterback Zach Wilson, who has not looked good this season. He has been one of the worst starting QBs all year long, and on Sunday he looked no better, going 20 for 41 for 355 yards, but he threw for 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. He committed some bad turnovers and made some really bad rookie mistakes. The Jets have prided themselves all season long on not making dumb mistakes, yet Wilson could do nothing else last Sunday. Wilson has also been aided by the run game, which didn't have a huge impact Sunday, with the Jets' leading rusher being Michael Carter, who only had 26 yards and 7 carries. James Robinson, traded from the Jaguars last week, was meant to replace the injured Breece Hall, but he also struggled, having just 17 yards on 5 carries. Rookie wide receiver Garrett Wilson did well, having 115 yards on 6 catches. Tight end Tyler Conklin had 6 receptions for 79 yards, and wide receiver Denzel Mims, had 76 yards on 2 catches and finally showed some flashes of talent. Along with this promising group is injured wide receiver Corey Davis, who the Jets hope to have back this weekend. All in all, this Jets offense will have to be much more consistent when they face off against elite Buffalo Bills defense. This unit, led by Von Miller, Greg Rousseau, and Tremaine Edmonds, were just okay against the Packers on Sunday night. In the passing game, everything went according to plan, with Aaron Rodgers having just 203 passing yards, with a majority of those coming in garbage time. And he was also picked off by Matt Milano in the second half. The part of the game where this unit will want to improve upon is the run defense, which was slashed and gashed by Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. Jones had 143 rushing yards and Dillon had 54 of his own. The Bills' run defense, led by Ed Oliver, Tim Settle, Jordan Phillips, and others, will need to be much better at plugging the gaps on the O-line next week against this team that prefers to run the ball. Now, it is important to mention that Tre'Davious White is nearing a return to the football field, whereas safety Jordan Poyer left last week's game due to an elbow injury. With Tre'Davious back in the lineup, the Bills' secondary gets a huge boost ahead of a game against an already struggling offense. It also should be noted that linebacker Matt Milano, who is having a Pro Bowl level season by the way, has been dealing with an oblique injury, and it is unclear if he's going to be able to take the field this week too. But with Trey Day back, the Bills' defense is getting a huge boost ahead of this Jets game. Another unit getting a big boost this week is the Bills' offense. They were finally able to see that Devin Singletary can be a versatile running back last week, as he rushed for 67 yards on only 14 carries. Quarterback Josh Allen played well beside Singletary, but not up to his usual standard. He went 13 for 25 for 218 passing yards and threw for 2 touchdowns and 2 sloppy interceptions. Allen's poor play came in the second half when he and the rest of the offense seemed to take their foot off the gas. Hopefully they don't make that a trend. Wide receiver Stephon Diggs continued to make his case for the best wide receiver in the NFL, as he had 6 catches for 108 yards. The closest player behind him in receptions was running back James Cook, who continues to look more and more confident after that rocky start to his season. He had 1 catch for 41 yards, and Gabe Davis had 2 catches for 35 yards. This Bills offense needs to continue playing at a high level because the defense they're facing this week is no pushover. That's right, the Jets' defense is actually good this season, and not just good, really good. They're led by defensive lineman Quinnen Williams, who's had a team-high 6 sacks this season, edge Carl Lawson, linebacker C.J. Mosley, and Quan Alexander, and they have an arguably top 10 secondary with Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed, LaMarcus Joyner, and Jordan Whitehead all playing at a particularly high level this season. They continue to play well in the passing game, with Mac Jones being held to just 194 passing yards, and they only gave up 127 rushing yards. This unit kept the Jets in the game, and had it not been for Zach Wilson plus the offense and the refs, this team may have won last week's game. but it was not meant to be, and Michael Carter's lone interception ended up having no lasting effect on the game. What did have an effect was the Jets' 6 sacks on Jones Sunday, with one of them coming from John Franklin Myers, who notably got on the wrong end of a bad roughing the passer call. Overall, this Jets defense is not a cakewalk, and Josh Allen will have his hands full with this feisty and well-coached unit led by Rob Saleh. So, after reviewing everything here, our BSC panel has made some predictions for this watchable Week 9 game between the Bills and the New York Jets.
To the air, Allen stiff-arming his way from one defender, throws in there, grabbed by Diggs. Was he in? No, on the chalk, incomplete.
Looks like the 1 foot's down. You can see the strength of Allen to get rid of this ball. 1 foot is that